And the two judges who will assist him in scoring, Nat Fleischer, the famous American boxing writer, and Herr Ohlert of the German Boxing Federation. 15 rounds for the heavyweight championship of the world. Teddy Wortham, referee, between the champion Muhammad Ali and his German challenger Karl Mildenberger.
Deutschland, von Germany, Mr. Felix Olaf von Cologne. Olaf Köln.
Under New York rules, they have to decide the fight on rounds 1. The fouls, which can be incurred, do not include butting. It's one thing that is not allowed for in New York rules. There's a compulsory count of 8 if anybody goes down. The count continues after the bell if the knockdown occurs at the bell. But the New York rule of 3 knockdowns to end a fight in any one round does not apply. And so the first World Heavyweight Championship ever held in Germany about to get underway under the stars in the immense Wald Stadium, the home of the Eintracht football team, here in the heart of Frankfurt.
Unseren einzigen Weltmeister im Schwergewicht, den Ex-Weltmeister, the former heavyweight champion of the world from Germany, Max Schmeling.
And there is the former German world heavyweight champion, Max Schmeling, who reigned as champion from 1930 to 1932. He won and lost the title against Jack Sharkey. And he was the last German to challenge for the heavyweight championship when he made an unsuccessful bid against Joe Louis, who's also incidentally at the ringside. And here he comes, Joe Louis, the former great world heavyweight champion who reigned from 1937 until 1948, and who had 26 winning fights for the title from the time he beat Jim Braddock until he retired after beating Jersey Joe Walcott. And now another former world heavyweight champion coming into the ring from Sweden, Ingemar Johansson, who was champion from 1959 to 60. He won and lost the title against Floyd Patterson, the last European to hold the world heavyweight championship. Bobby Schultz, German fighter. And now the preliminaries are done, and Mildenberger slips his gown off, and we're set to go for a scheduled 15 rounds. Mildenberger against Muhammad Ali, the former Cassius Clay. The first southpaw ever to challenge for the world heavyweight title, and Muhammad Ali making his 6th defense of the world heavyweight crown. They're wearing 6-ounce British gloves. The champion is also wearing a pair of white British boxing trunks. He's a couple of inches taller than Mildenberger, and he's 8 pounds heavier at 14 stone 8. Typical start by the champion on a Wonderful dancing feet. The fastest moving world heavyweight champion that's ever been seen. One short right hand clip, rather like the one that put Sonny Liston away in Lewiston, Maine. It was interesting to watch the first round in a fight where Muhammad Ali is concerned, to see just how the opponent is facing up to him, whether he's confident as Henry Cooper was or whether he's not so confident as Brian London was. Difficult to tell with Mildenberger at the moment. Tremendous German crowd here, ready to cheer this man on to victory if they can. Nice short right hand from Muhammad Ali. The speed of this man's punch is what usually bewilders and dazzles opponents, and there was an example of it. Two punches there. Fast as lightning, they're all going in, and Mildenberger looking confused already. 45 seconds left of the first round. And Mildenberger now looks anything but confident. Outreached and outweighed. And those right-hand jabs from the German southpaw not getting in, but the left did. That was a good left hand. And that's a much better right hand. 15 seconds. And there's the end of the first round, but that's a pretty impressive first round by Muhammad Ali, formerly Cassius Clay, the world champion, who to me seems to look more and more impressive and more powerful every time I see him. Good, brisk opening round. Mildenberger started confidently, but began to look anything but confident as the round wore on. The first round completed, and at least Mildenberger can say that he got further than Sonny Liston did in his second fight with Muhammad Ali, 24 years old, the most controversial heavyweight for 50 years. Well, they say you should conserve energy between rounds. He presumably doesn't believe in it. A beautifully warm night under the stars. German's not a small man by any means, but this extraordinary physique of Muhammad Ali's makes him look small. The champion is 6'3", and all 14 stone 8 of him is real muscle and bone. There isn't really an ounce of surplus flesh on him. And he's 5.5 pounds lighter than he was against Brian London 5 weeks ago, and it looks rather as though he's taking Mildenberger more seriously than he did the challenge of Brian London. Mildenberger now moving confidently in the second round. Well, this is a very much more impressive showing by the German. And really, this is what a challenger's got to do against Muhammad Ali. He's got to go in, because he's got no chance if he stands off against this extraordinary reach and speed. And Mildenberger undoubtedly is giving Muhammad Ali a very uncomfortable second round. former Cassius Clay, having a little bit of difficulty here with an unusual style, the southpaw style of the German. Just over half a minute of the second round left. Beginning to look as though Mildenberger is certainly going to try to make a fight of this. This is good news because at times in recent years the World Heavyweight Championship has been debased by the rather suspect quality of the challengers. Tension around the eyes. I don't think he's cut there, but they may be a little bit nervous about his eyes, and they're applying some grease there to protect them. He's not cut. Mildenberger, of his 49 wins, only 17 have come inside the distance. This doesn't really say very much for his punching ability. But of the 17 inside the distance, 10 have been by the clean knockout. So when he does get a punch home, it seems to have some effect. Coming up to round 3. Two best punches against a southpaw are the right hand and a left hook. Any attacking move by the German, of course, greeted by tremendous screams and cheers from this huge crowd. 45,000 people estimated here in the Wald Stadium in Germany. This is the sort of fight that George Chuvalo, the Canadian, provided against Muhammad Ali earlier this year. But the champion on that occasion showed himself quite prepared to go 15 rounds and to stand up under a sustained attack by an aggressive opponent. No doubt at all that the wrong way round style of the German is helping him here. Interesting to reflect that Dick Richardson of Wales, the former European heavyweight champion, knocked out this man in less than 3 minutes, and Muhammad Ali, the world champion, hasn't been able to do anything like it. That's a good punch from Mildenberger, and that made Muhammad Ali hang on there. And he's got Clay stung here, there's no doubt about it. The champion's having to fight back. Well, this is a very interesting third round because it's beginning to look as though Mildenberger is going to provide the sternest challenge that Muhammad Ali has had for a long time. And the champion can't afford to mess about here. Coming up to the end of the third. Oh, that's a good third round for Mildenberger, who showed there that he is now completely unafraid of the champion and is prepared to put punches in. And if he does get them home, he's got sufficient power there, apparently, to worry the champion. And this is a very intriguing turn of events indeed. And now this tremendous crowd here in Frankfurt is beginning to give Mildenberger as much support as he could possibly want. Teddy Waltham, British referee, hasn't had too much to do in this. He's yanked them apart once, and that's about all he's had to do. He's scoring, and so are two judges at the ringside, an American judge, Nat Fleischer, and Herr Ohlert of Germany. And if this goes the distance, it will be decided on the number of rounds won by the man, and not on the points they've scored. That is under the New York boxing rules. Champion looking a little more settled, a little more composed in this round, and Mildenberger not chasing him quite as much and not being quite as dangerous. Left hand is the one that Mildenberger's done his best work with, the left hook. You can see how the challenger's face is beginning to get a little bit puffy around the eyes. The champion unmarked. Mildenberger trying to slip the left lead of the champion and get in with his own left hook. That's the one. No sign at all yet that these quick jabs, which seem to have bemused so many opponents, are having a great deal of effect on Mildenberger. He's taking them all and still coming back with a good punch every now and again. And in fact, the heavier punching is coming from the challenger. Oh, the right hand, a good sharp right hand. And that came right on the bell. That was right on the bell. And he momentarily went down, and I thought there might just have been a count. But maybe Teddy Waltham ruled it as more of a slip than a knockdown, although it looked to me like a good sharp right hand punch from the champion. Right on the bell at the end of the 5th round. That's the most significant punch yet from the champion. More work on the challenger's face. More and more bruised around the eyes. And already the champion off his stool and waiting to go. And the German clearly needing all the attention and respite he can get between rounds. That's the difference between them. Teddy Waltham walking over to have a look at the work being done on the eyes. I don't think he's cut. This man scorning any more attention from his corner. This is quite extraordinary in a world title fight. So now, was that right hand from the champion a portent of things to come? Is he beginning now to get really on top of the German southpaw? Is this amazing world champion now, with his quantity of punches, beginning to knock the strength out of this quite brave German southpaw challenger, Mildenberger, who so far has done pretty well in this fight? And now now the eye is bleeding. Mildenberger's left eye is cut. Mildenberger's left eye is cut. And this, I'm afraid, is a tribute to the sharpness of the champion's punches. There's certainly been no head work done at all here, and that cut has been caused by the accuracy and the sharpness of Muhammad Ali's punching. And it does look now as though the champion's getting right on top in the 6th round, which is very similar indeed to the way he got on top of Henry Cooper 3 months ago in the same round. And it looks to me as though Mildenberger now is cut under and over the eye. And this is the way play went to work on Sonny Liston when he won the title in exactly the same round, the 6th round, and Liston looked very much like Mildenberger looks now, the face in the same condition, the same eye cut. And Clay must be thinking back to that day in 1964 when he won the title. And now here he is in his 6th defense, and it looks like being a successful one because Mildenberger now is in trouble. Something is clear here. Mildenberger is not going to give up. Muhammad Ali now storming this round, the 6th, and he's really got the challenger in trouble. The left eye looking very bad indeed. Last half minute of the 6th. Coming up. Complete transformation now in this championship fight with Muhammad Ali, the champion, right on top at the end of the 6th round. Well, Mildenberger bravely putting up with this and doing his best, but it was noticeable in that round that he never ever got the left hook to work as he had in previous rounds. He was far too busy keeping out of further trouble with his left eye badly cut. I don't think Mildenberger can really see now to that left eye, and I don't quite know how long he can keep this challenge up. There's not much they can do, I'm afraid, to give him much respite from that terrible eye. It's looking very, very bad. Seven rounds completed. And Mildenberger's certainly gone a lot further than some people thought he would. He's still standing up there, momentarily on the floor at the end of a previous round from a right hand, the only time there's been any sign of a knockdown blow. You can see now the enormous swelling is coming up under Mildenberger's left eye. The champion absolutely unharmed. Heavyweight championship, the first ever to be staged in Germany, is being transmitted by satellite in color to the United States. The first sports event ever to be handled this way. Mildenberger still determined to make a fight of it if he can. Tremendously game performance by him. Mildenberger now has got to throw everything into a gamble here. He's just got to go in and throw punches. A lot of body work here by the challenger, possibly wanting to try to bring Muhammad Ali's guard down and then get in over the top. This may be the tactics. And he got through with several good punches there, but he's bleeding again, Mildenberger, from the left eye. The cut is underneath the eye, but the eye is rapidly closing from the swelling around it. Oh, he's got him. Right hand. And a compulsory count of 8. Round 8. Just under half a minute left. And now the champion going for the finish. 15 seconds. And he's really got Mildenberger where he wants him now, I'm afraid. Last few seconds of this round. There's the bell. And Mildenberger is in a very, very sorry state now. He's really suffering. His eye almost completely closed and beginning to take a lot of heavy punishment. And surely this challenge by this brave German southpaw, Karl Mildenberger, cannot go on very much longer. 8 rounds. Now the 9th round coming up. The champion ready to go. Champion again now, using that left hand to try to set Mildenberger up for the right and maybe the final punch. And Mildenberger now trying to come through it, trying to find an opening somewhere, trying to come through these punches and produce a left hook of his own, which will put this supremely confident champion on the floor. Teddy Walton looking anxiously at Mildenberger's face. Teasing the champion with the sort of punches the champion likes to produce himself, those flicking leads. Left of the 9th. And the thing that perhaps is most surprising is that Muhammad Ali, the champion, has had this man virtually on the edge of defeat now for at least 3 rounds and hasn't really managed to cash in on it. He hasn't put him away, and he's hung back at times when one feels he should have gone in and finished it, because all the time a man's standing there with you, he's potentially dangerous. And he's had Mildenberger tottering on the edge of defeat now for 3 rounds. And here's the German still fighting back. And that was a fair punch. In fact, 2 of them, a left and a right. And there's the bell to end the 9th, and that wasn't all that much of a round in favour of the champion. In fact, it was fairly even. Wonderfully game, brave performance by Mildenberger, and getting a tremendous reception from this huge German crowd. Certainly the best challenge for the heavyweight title made by a European boxer for very many years. Round 10 coming up. Mildenberger, a non-smoker, a non-drinker, like the champion. Interesting to remember, this man had already had 20 professional fights when the champion here first became a professional fighter. That's a good left by the German. You could see the shudder that went down the champion's frame as he put that short jolting left-handed. Mildenberger trying desperately here to try to land one of the upsets of the last decade. Oh, that's a good punch to the body. He really hurt the champion with that. A beautiful left hook to the body. He almost doubled him in half. That, I would reckon, is the hardest punch that Muhammad Ali has taken for a long, long time. Slip. That looked to me like the best punch he's taken since Henry Kruger hit him in 1963 with a left hook to the chin, and that was a left hook to the body. There's no doubt he's got the champion worried here in the 10th. And it looks to me as though the champion might be slowing down. There isn't quite the same spring in his feet. Well, this is an astonishing 10th round. And Mildenberger is not far away here if he can land another good punch from really doing something sensational. Minute left of the 10th. And this has clearly been Mildenberger's round. The best round he's had. If only he can keep the pressure up. And this is the champion now, happy to pull everything out here to try to stop Mildenberger. Got him with 10 seconds of the 10th round left. A right hand, and there's the bell. The bell at 8, and the 10th round is over. And now Mildenberger, after that glorious burst of aggression, which brought him quite a lot of success in the first minute and a half of that round, is now very much on the brink of defeat. Teddy Waltham having a close inspection of the face and saying to the seconds, quite obviously, do you think it's wise to let him come out for another round? And now Waltham's moved outside the ring to tell somebody something. I can't quite make out what it is. The bell has gone for the start of the 11th, and they're on their way. This is going to be Mildenberger's final round. Straight right has been the punch with which the champion has had most success against this tough, brave, aggressive German southpaw. Still he takes the fight to the champion. This is certainly the best fight anybody has given the champion since he assumed the title. Given Muhammad Ali much more trouble, for instance, than George Chuvalo did, although Chuvalo went 15 rounds, but really only went those 15 rounds because he soaked up everything that was thrown at him. Over a minute left of the 11th. It's usually in the last minute of each round that the champion really begins to get on top. We'll see if it happens again here. We're in the last minute of the 11th. Seconds to go. And that's a warning to the champion to punch with the knuckle part of the glove, and that must be the first time he's been cautioned for that particular offense. Certainly I've never seen anybody in America bold enough to tell him that. And there's the bell to end the 11th. And so Mildenberger is still there. And once again, this unusual champion has let the man off the hook. At least so it seems to me. He had Mildenberger going at the end of the 10th. And once more has let him come through 3 minutes to stand there again for another round. And this is very interesting indeed, because surely the champion by now should have finished this man off if he is a really heavy puncher. The 12th round, and this is the round in which Floyd Patterson succumbed to the champion in Las Vegas last year, but Patterson didn't put up anything like the resistance that Mildenberger has. In fact, he fought for most of the fight with a bad back. He was a virtual cripple. This man Mildenberger, whatever the result here, is going to live in German memory for a long time. He took a very hard straight right again. That same punch that's giving him all his trouble. The traditional answer to a southpaw, the right hand. Once again, the champion looks supremely confident. Can't quite finish him, but he might be doing it now. Mildenberger must be very near the end of the road now, and he's gone into the ropes, and I think that may be it. And it is. Teddy Waltham has stopped it in the 12th round, and I make the time 1 minute and 28 seconds of the 12th round, the same round in which Muhammad Ali beat Floyd Patterson last year in Las Vegas. And so the 12th round it is for Karl Mildenberger, the European heavyweight champion from Germany, who's put up a wonderful fight, one of the best battles certainly we've seen for the heavyweight championship in recent years. A much better performance, I think, than any challenger so far has put up against Muhammad Ali, the former Cassius Clay. And so the 24-year-old Ali has made his 6th defense of the title another successful one. 26 fights and 26 wins for the champion. Muhammad Ali, champion of the world.